guys, I'm Muppet. How you doing? Welcome to Warframe for Muppets. Today we're going to be having a look at defense. Using a little bit of teamwork and a little bit of tactics, me and a few mates managed to get through to, well, it was past wave 50. And we probably could have gone quite a bit longer, but there was one kind of hiccup came up, which I'll be showing on the video a little bit later on. Before we get to that point though, I've got to stress the whole teamwork thing. And for that, it would be remiss of me not to thank my teammates. But you know what? Fuck them, I'm not going to thank them anyway. Alright, okay, thanks to Blind Jay, Moose, and Ophelia inside. Now, the first don't that I'm going to have a look at when we're looking at Warframe and defense is people's propensity, fuck me, that was a good word, or people's habit of not actually defending what you're supposed to be defending. And it beggars belief. Oh, hang on a sec. Let me get my dog. Come on, Alfie. Come on. Yeah, all right. Everyone say hi to Alfie. Alfie does like to get in on the act. Bless you. So yeah, Alfie's my best teammate. You know they say dogs is man's best friend. Well, yeah, Alfie is kind of awesome. Anyway, where was it? Yes. So teammates that don't actually defend what you're supposed to be defending. And it's amazing how many times I see this. People will just dash as far away as possible when the enemy first come in because they want to get those first kills. Now, okay, that's not really that important on the first few waves. But the problem is you need to start developing as a team and developing some team cohesion. And once people start doing that whole, you know, let's just go wham bam and as far away as we can from it so I can get the first kills in, you instantly know that you're not going to be playing as a team. Ideally, everyone should be on microphones. And again, it's when I'm kind of playing with what we call randoms, it's rare to hear people with microphones. Certainly not never, and I have made quite a few new friends from playing Warframe, and you always end up having a better game and a better laugh. Now, if you have got microphones, what you can do is get into a group chat and start to discuss what abilities you're going to use, which is what we did. And we went through what various Warframes we could use, because there was a record that was, I think, 41 waves for this week on this level that we're playing, and we wanted to break that record. So our initial plan was just to get to 45 waves, but then we got to 50, and it was still pretty easy. But then again, we're pretty awesome. We had a bit of a team chat before we started, and we planned our Warframes together to try and maximise it. Now, if you are going for the high waves, I think there's something that's worth looking at and worth discussing. In that, a lot of the abilities may seem like they're insanely powerful when you're playing the lower levels. But once you start getting into the higher levels, those abilities don't scale very well. There's been a lot of discussion on the Warframe forums about Frost's snow globe ability, for example. And yeah, it seems like it will stop anything. But once you get to a high enough level, that isn't going to stop. Rhino is another example, in that his iron skin seems like it will be, you know, it seems like it makes him completely invincible. But once you get onto the high levels, that iron skin can be taken out in 1 or 2 hits. It literally changes the game completely. So what is better than having pure damage is crowd control. So this is why we went with the particular frames that we did. Now we had Jim playing Nova, and I think a Nova is pretty much essential for this. You need something that's not just going to cause extra damage, but is going to slow them down. And in the early levels, Nova seems like, you know, completely massively overpowered with the damage that it does. But in the later levels, it's the slowing down effect that becomes more important. Nyx obviously has crowd control through the chaos, and this is really beneficial because it stops the waves coming and attacking you know, so relentlessly. They end up attacking each other. I was using Loki mainly for the radial disarm and the decoy. The decoy became massively useful, and you'll probably see on the video that I've got a regular spot that I put it on, and I found that spot, the whole team did find that spot to be really useful, and there's loads of times you can see the enemies going for the decoy. Because they've got radial disarmed, they're having to actually go up to the decoy and try and melee it. Go on then, go down. There, now Alfie's jumped down like a glass of whiskey. So, yeah, because we're using radial disarm, then put the decoy up high, and they have to kind of work their way up to where the decoy is, rather than just shoot it. And at high levels, again, they will just take that decoy out straight away. So the decoy draws them away from what we're defending. Nova's ability has slowed them down. Chaos has them fighting amongst themselves. And our other friend, the friend inside, was using Excalibur. Now, there may be better ones to use apart from Excalibur. Oh, hold on. Come on then. Alfie, I do love you, darling, but I wish you'd just let me do these sometimes. What on earth was I? Yeah, Excalibur. There may be better ones for Excalibur, but Sign is relatively new to the game, so that's the only Warframe he has. But what I will say is that Excalibur's Radial Blind is extremely effective. It helps stun that first wave, so when the next wave comes in a bit, then we can get to work with Radial Disarm and Chaos and Nova and all the other stuff. So what else? Oh yes, something else I was going to mention. Now I know that there's loads of people on PC have gone way past level 50, and I did have a look on Google, and there's people that have gone past level 100. How the fuck they've done that, I don't know. So I salute you, sir. I don't know how many people are getting past level 50 on the PlayStation 4. That's certainly the first time we've done it, but now that we've got that far, of course we're going to have to try and see if we can beat that. We didn't have to use many supplies, but I gather that if you go past that point on the PC, that you do have to start using many supplies. You'll see in the video that I used energy once, and I think Moose or Jim used it once, but that was pretty much it. We didn't have many revives. Unfortunately, we could have gone on. We were controlling them fine. But they took the Cryopod out in like a nanosecond. It was ridiculously fast. But we couldn't believe how fast they actually did it. It just seemed to go from 100% health down to 0. Anyway, time for some interaction and my questions to you guys. So my questions are, how far have you managed to get? And what kind of loadouts and warframes have you used to set your own personal records? And if you think there's any value that you can add to this video in the comments, please put it in. I get this loads when I do a video. I'll say, this is how I think XYZ should be done, and somebody will come along and say, I know a better way. And that really is great. I really do appreciate it when people take the time to do that. I don't get all arsey, you know, just because it's like my video or something. I like to hear people's different opinions. If you have got further than this, I would very much value some insight into how you did it. Who knows, next week maybe we'll have a whole new video where we do get to wave 100. Anyway guys, I'm going to shut up now, and I'm going to go and lock the dog in the shed. Alfie, do you mind if I lock you in the shed? I wouldn't do that. I love you to bits, I do. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Give me some feedback, let me know if it's helped you. If you have any questions about Warframe you think I can help you with, please do say, and I'll do my best to answer them. This is Muppet out, take it easy. Ciao.